Namaste, angels. I'm here to do a client reading, beginning with my cross and the energy of the golden path, and opening to emergence. I keep saying during these personal readings that these may very well be among the last crosses that I include in the personal readings. I haven't decided yet. I haven't really put much thought into it. It's just that my original plan was to do it throughout the Lenten and Easter season, and that ended with the Ascension of Jesus, Ascension Thursday. So I don't know if I'll continue them or not, but for right now I am doing them for these people for whom I'm reading at this time. Emergence is all about, you know, being like the rising phoenix, and sitting here next to Golden Path. Yes, we're on the right track, 100%. I don't know this woman for whom I'm reading, which is not unusual for me. I tend not to know anybody for whom I'm reading, nor anything about them. When they ask me, how do I do my readings? I tell them, well, you know, you can tell me whatever you like or not tell me whatever you like. Either way is fine with me. I don't need to know anything at all about you. The universe will show me what it is they want me to know. If you don't care to share anything, it's absolutely fine. And most people go ahead and choose not to. They want to, you know, see like just pure energy, what they get back, you know, what messages they get back. And that's cool by me. So here's embrace. I've opened to embrace. And embrace is not really what it looks like. It looks like a very in love couple in a really tight hug. And I'm a hugger like that, you know. I like to be up under my DM and stuff, you know. And when we come out of separation or when we reconnect after separation, I'm always like, you know, like I miss your arms around me, because, you know, it's a safe feeling. So this woman, she has that kind of face, like she's being made to feel very safe. But really what this is an embrace between one individual's inner masculine and feminine. So this is like what balance looks like, you know, from the inside. Here we go again. And opening to spiritual growth, which is kind of like a very similar card, isn't it? The same colors and this heart here. Only this one has moon too, which Ascension Thursday, again, the day on which I'm doing these readings, is also the same day as the new Gemini supermoon. So I figured a very good day to do the readings. And speaking of moon, and perhaps Gemini, goddess, with this moon behind her. All about that feminine energy of surrender. Embrace back. I'll go one more. And it's answered prayer. Beautiful one. For whatever you've been asking, the universe coming through with that for you now. Cut. And that makes sense, because new moons come with brand new energy and new starts. Embrace is back. New beginnings. The overall energy is transmutation, which is yet another card of sort of rising from the ashes and continuing to elevate, like despite all barriers and blocks, like, you know, just always being a survivor. This is you about yourself, counting every single blessing. I love it. This is how we have to be. This is how we open up. One of the ways we open up the flow of prosperity and all things to ourselves, by appreciating the blessings that have been bestowed upon us. It encourages God and the universe to bestow even more upon us. The masculine with regard to you, meditation. You make him desire, you know, more spiritual and emotional healing and growth. Encourage him, whether you do so vocally or not. I have a feeling you don't. But just by your actions, your presence, encourage him to want to be vulnerable before the universe, similar to the other goddess that we looked at. Here's yet another one, just, you know, down to her bare essence, saying, please, like, heal me, like a crystal. You know, she's like a crystal with this moon behind her. Please heal me. Please charge me. Please cleanse me. The masculine about himself with relation to the union, sacred union. So he would be your sacred husband here, because we're all already married, which is really, really beautiful. Congratulations on that. And about the union, it's the gateway. It's the gateway. It's the pathway toward continued elevation. Wow, beautiful. Look at all this blue you got here. Very Mercury, very Gemini. Crowning, or overall, creativity. Somebody may be a Pisces or water sign. That could be another reason for the blue too. But somebody may be an Aquarius, a water bearer as well. But I always think of Pisces when I look at these very translucent fish. And then Aquarius when I see this star on this woman's forehead. And then here's the moon again behind her. This card is about, you know, going after one's passions in a passionate way, like pursuing your desires. The outcome, inner child. The healing, I think, comes to this inner child from all of this. From counting the blessings and encouraging the universe to bestow more upon you. Not counting your blessings because you want them to bestow more, but they do because you do. And then seeking to be like made healed and whole and pure, you know, the past, all the crap, all the baggage, everything erased, you know, because you've dropped it all. You've shed every single thing here. That leads to more growth. That allows for you to be able to come together in sacred union and then to walk together down this path through the gateway, through the portal. This leads to the healing of the inner child, maybe somebody who you haven't addressed in quite some time. But you can't help but heal them now because you're wholly healed for the first time in a long time, or at least approaching that. What the masculine would have you do or sacrifice in an effort to continue to bring this union together. Retreat. He'd like to see you do some of this meditation. Again, this was his card for you too, this meditation. And then right under here is yet another one with relation to you with meditation. So he feels you need to get grounded. That you need your Zen back, your chi, your peace. And that maybe you can do that. He's more star too, maybe more Aquarius, but also all these plants and everything is like earth energy. If you can do that outside, like with the earth, you should. If you live in an area that's conducive to that, especially, well, in most areas right now, things are warming up. It's springtime, the height of spring, it's May. If you can get outside, you know, the beach, the lake, the park, your front yard, your backyard. I mean, I don't know where you live, but, you know, if you can be with nature anywhere, a botanical garden or something, you should. And just find a place to sit down, you know, for a few moments and help you to get centered. What the masculine is willing to do and or sacrifice toward the union. He believes in miracles now. And I had another masculine that suddenly is believing in miracles lately too. The same exact position during these personal readings. Because of this, like he's been a witness to miracles. So he has no, like he can't help but to believe now. Which is one of the ways the union helps him to even acknowledge something like this. Like he would have thought he was crazy before, that he envisioned himself going through a portal, you know, alone or otherwise. But now, you know, he believes in, like, fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you, like that old cliche. He believes in all these things now, which is beautiful. What the union would have the two of you do, a sacrifice toward the union, just be in love. Like, if you're wearing false masks and everything and building up walls, maybe to protect the inner child that just needs healing instead and loving, like you got to drop all the facade on both sides. and just be real and love. See how the love is crossing here with the sacred union. You know, just acknowledge it. And you don't, it doesn't have, acknowledging it, you don't even need words necessarily. You just need truth, realism, like no fake, no pride, no ego. You know, you can tell when somebody's really being real, being legit, being genuine. You can just tell on their face like that. That's all you guys got to do. Wow. Taking your spread. I'm going to leave it here for a second. Before I take it up, I like to give people a chance because, like, you know, you may want to pause and really be able to get a look and receive other messages, perhaps, with regard to these cards. So I'd like to give you the opportunity to be able to do that. And now I'll start the Angel Tarot portion of the reading, beginning with the Queen of Fire, who's confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. And opening to Release with Archangel Azrael, the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation. It's time to move on. So somebody may be a Scorpio or other water sign, like I said before, Pisces, Cancer, and somebody may be a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or taking on those traits. There could also be a need to release, like I was talking about, we're letting go of the baggage, release things that are dead in our lives that no longer align with our vibration. Because that allows for the new starts that, again, come with new moons. It's a new cycle of life. Queen of Fire back. Opening to Renewal with Archangel Jeremiah. Review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. It's time to move in a new direction. Renewal is the Judgment card in the traditional tarot with regard to a relationship. It's all about, like, we've reached this make or break moment. We've reached this crossroad. I called it the end of the road the other day in the weekly reading for the collective. Yeah, we've reached this point. We got to decide, like, you know, where we're going from here. It's a make or break moment in the relationship. Queen of Fire back. And opening to the Moon with Archangel Haniel, which does represent the sign of Pisces and is further appropriate, again, because today is the day of the new moon. Important psychic insights, events behind the scenes. Release fears that hold you back. Queen of Fire, I'm going to cut. Judgment is back. Overall energy is the Knight of Air, who's intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options so you can come up with creative solutions. The Knight of Air is a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Ooh, masculine is Eight of Air, an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, being afraid to take action. Surrounded by the King of Air, who's brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional considerations. And I guess this is why he needs that encouragement from you. Again, whether you knew that he was taking it from you or not. Because he lacks some confidence. There's some fear with him. And in his subconscious, awakening, or the Hanged Man in the traditional tarot, which represents the sign of Pisces, again, or the water sign. Look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. And I was talking about this before. The need to not have on a mask. That's what the universe was asking of you with regard to that love. Feminine, the Ten of Air. The end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Somebody may be even recovering from an addiction. Well, somebody may be tied to someone, someplace, something, or a combination of those between the 8 of air, which is a feeling of being bound or trapped, again, restricted by something or someone, and the 10 of air, where there's been some backstabbing, some pain, some betrayal, just difficult times. So it can be after having been tied to a toxic experience or circumstance or relationship. Feminine is surrounded by ego, which is just like the 8 of air, only worse because it's major arcana, it's stronger. This is the devil in the traditional tarot, a false sense of entrapment. Being overly focused on material things, also a possibility, and negative or fear-based thoughts. In the feminine subconscious, strength, maybe to get through all that. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Forgiveness and compassion are necessary. Crowning, it's the king of water. A lot of players here. I mean, this can be, you know, either portion, you know, cup person in the couple, sun, moon, rising. The ego brings the earth energy back into play. Virgo, Taurus, the devil is actually a Capricorn. Strength brings Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Here's the water. Here's all this air and water back. King of water, who is trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. And yes, maybe a Pisces or a Scorpio or a Cancer. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work, which is love. At the root, it's the Hermit with Archangel Raziel. Crossing the devil. This is earth on earth. The Hermit, a Virgo. The devil, a Capricorn. Spend time in quiet meditation. Spiritual teaching. Self-discovery. At the heart of the matter. Ooh, I had another couple with the 3 of air at the heart of the matter. This pain that we have to let go. This baggage that we have to drop. And you have it crossing the 10 of air. So there may have been some, you know, some betrayal that led to this pain, and perhaps it involved another person, a third party, with awakening sitting here crossing the 3 of air. This is a 3 on a 3 that led to betrayal and a feeling of being backstabbed. So that's very difficult. Of course, the next card is in reverse. I'm going to go on to the romance cards, beginning, I think, pretty appropriately with new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feeling. So even if it's your old person, it's your old person anew. Opening to attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. New love is back. And honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. New love. Opening to flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. New love. And finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. This can be connected to the devil card. You know, feeling bound or limited by lack, potentially. New love. Trapped in a bad family issue that you can't escape from because you don't have the money to move or something. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, but not just your parents. Anybody with whom you have such a volatile or trying relationship that they, you know, can prohibit you from living and or loving like in the way that you would otherwise choose, or the person whom you would otherwise choose. You have to fix those relationships either by repairing them or walking away from them. There has to be healing of some sort. You may need to retreat from them. It's time to disconnect from the world. Retreat down the bottom. I'm going to cut. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Overall energy is children. Your love life is being affected by children. That's another reason to potentially feel bound and trapped and stuck, and perhaps involving money. Like, I can't afford to raise my children and, you know, have this other relationship, or I can't afford to raise my children without this other party. I need their paycheck to be involved too. Atop the 8 of air, trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So where you're thinking that you're stuck and you're not in the universe, and the universe is guiding you to take a leap anyway and, you know, break free of whatever this is, even if it's a self-imposed false sense of entrapment, you're going to have to have faith in order to make it through that. But no, release your ex. And it's atop this king of air, so maybe they're an air sign. They don't have to be. They could be atop the king of air to signify the sword and the need to cut them away too. The time has come to clear your energy. And here, atop awakening, deception. That's why you got to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. You're missing something because someone's wearing a false self mask in this relationship. That's my 3rd time saying no masks. Just keeping it real. Here atop the 10 of air with this pain, this betrayal, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. My friends are the angels. You may want to employ them as your friends as well, because if you had friends that did this to you already, that stabbed you in the back, like, you know, they say with friends like that, you don't need enemies. So maybe you want to call upon the angels to help you to heal with those experiences. Raphael can heal any and every aspect of your life. Chamuel can help you to understand unconditional love, like true unconditional love. The two of them together are phenomenal. They're a dynamic duo. Here atop ego, it's attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So this is like, rather than being caught up with the earthly of ego and the devil, you know, we're otherworldly. Just get into the 5D and enjoy that moment fully. Atop strength, playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So you're not going to want to be, when you're this lion, this strength, you're not going to want to be Mufasa. You're going to want to be Simba. You know, keep it light, yet courageous, powerful. Atop the king of water, past life relationship. You've known each other before. And it crosses for the masculine, release your ex. So there could be a water sign involved in that scenario. And perhaps in yours too. It could be a water-air relationship gone bad. And that could be why this 3 of air sits here underneath it too, and sits next to the release your ex. That's the pain. And then crossing the 3 of air, crossing the 10 of air, just makes me feel like somebody was really done dirty. Atop the hermit, retreat. So you got to do some introspection, some self-teaching and learning and discovery. So for that, you need some time to yourself. You got to pull away from the world. At the heart of the matter, atop this pain, it's religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So some ideology that you have and have yet to let go. It's one of the pieces of baggage of which you need to let go, because right now it's prohibiting you from growing and from moving forward. It's holding you back. Some sort of belief, maybe that you can't leave the ex, perhaps because you have a child with them, with children being the overall energy. So I'm stuck with them. I can't leave. I'm not allowed to get a divorce or something like that. The universe guides you to live for you. And going back to the first spread with the sacred marriage, you're already married by God. So you can get here and be married in the 3D by some officiate or something, and that's, you know, all well and good. I'm an officiate myself. I'm licensed by New York State and ordained by St. Valentine's to do everything from baptize to funeralize. So I'm not knocking officiates of the 3D, but we're not God. And Jesus, when he presented the new covenant in the book of Romans, he explained all this. He said, we made the laws with regard to the earthly marriage to appease the earthly, to appease man. That's why we gave those laws to Moses. But now I'm coming to tell you, forget those. And who God has joined you with. When God joins two souls, he uses the word souls, let no man tear that asunder. So those are the relationships, the divine partnerships are the relationships that we should be putting in this, on this pedestal, and in this light of, we can't destroy those. And we have to relinquish the others. And it's not only for us. It's not like a selfish act. Because typically the relationships are not working in the first place. And the reason they're not working is because the universe doesn't allow them to work, because they have somebody in mind for us, but also for them. So this is why we have to let go. I'm going to see what the Ascended Masters would add to this conversation. Beginning with listen, and which is, of course, about listening to the guidance, and then prioritizing ourselves and the union, as I was just speaking of. Listen back. Opening 2, go now. Move on. You got to go, says Serapis Bay. Listen. Opening to teacher. More about the learning, the introspection, this energy of the hermit. Listen back again. And nurture yourself, says Mother Mary. This is a do you card. That's what she means when she comes through with this. Like, do what makes you happy. Follow your heart. Live for you. And lastly, write. Somebody may be married and somebody may need divorce papers. Like, that could be why thought is showing up here with the right. And now he's taken over. And there's more moon. More new start to be had. And with that there, it's definitely, it's new start, not only and moon, but in Mercury, you know, Gemini. Very appropriate for today. These are good and mixed up. Clear and shield your energy, says El Moria. And the overall energy is purification with white Tara. A top trust is work your magic. Trust, and who was under here? The King of Air. Oh, the Eight of Air. Right. The feeling of being trapped. Work your magic to wiggle your way out of that situation. You're not trapped. I pulled 2 cards. I did this earlier for somebody by accident. Pulled 2 cards for the masculine. Here atop, release your ex. And what is the King of Air? Trust yet again. So he has trust here. He's got trust here. And also Isis, balance career and home life. She's got to make time for socializing and for handling business. That could be one of the things to which he's bound. Doesn't have to be definitely, you know, a person. Could be married to work too. Could be both. Here atop the deception and the hanged man is yoga, the need for meditation, of which we saw plenty of evidence in the first spread. You, atop, let your friends help you, and the 10 of Air is stay focused with Kuthumi. Atop attraction and ego, or the devil, is you can do it, says Archangel Michael. You can break free of this. You can use Archangel Michael's sword to cut away at that cord of attachment that you have to the devil, whomever that represents or whatever that represents. And you can let your friends help you. You can let Archangel Michael be your friend. Call on him and ask him to show up in your life with his sword and to intercede by cutting away what doesn't serve you anymore. Atop the playfulness and the strength card is clear and shield your energy, says El Moria. And atop past life relationship, this King of Water is priorities. So it could have dual meaning of prioritizing this past life relationship, the two of you, or prioritizing the need to get rid of the other past life relationships out of your life, or to heal them some other way, repair them some other way. A top retreat and the Hermit is the power of joy. You need to get away and restore your own happiness. The two of you, separately or together. And at the heart of the matter here, atop the 3 of air and the religious factors, is follow your heart. So your people are hurting because they're staying in dead-end situations that don't serve them because of some either religious ideology or some other belief system. St. Francis comes through to say, no, that's not healthy. You need to follow your heart. Whether children are involved or not, the children too will also be better off in a more healthy and positive environment. Further advice from the Universal Love Oracle to the masculine is message from afar. I feel that he has a person that is trying to reach him long distance, as in from another state or something, another country maybe. And I'm not sure what that's about. That may be a family member and something unrelated to the union. With regard to the union, he would of course be receiving information and messages from the universe, to which he would need to listen. How many times do we see that card? Listen. Pay close attention to his intuition and things of that nature. This can also be deceased loved ones wanting to come through too. Message from afar. Trilogy of light for you. This is about trying to achieve the Christ consciousness as individuals, and then as a couple, the Trinity. It's like the universe or God, and then, you know, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, or, you know, vice versa, the other order. It forms together this trilogy of light or trinity of light. So keep pushing forward toward that. To the masculine, the 10 of fire, too much work, accept help from others. Life is out of balance, that leads to stress-related health concerns. A fire sign could be involved, not necessarily, because this is not a court card. It's not necessarily a person, but there's this like overwhelming energy that may or, you know, involve a fire sign. And this is coming to an end, but he's been feeling burdened and or burdensome upon somebody else, and it needs to stop either way. To you, King of Fire, who's motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. To the masculine, very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Hopefully, you know, the heart will be the deciding factor, or a deciding factor. Honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. If you're here in the United States, this could be this weekend, you know, Memorial Weekend. Here's more moon too. Also very soon would be the Sagittarius honeymoon. Only what, like 2 weeks away, June 9th. Both of those possibilities here. Further advice to the masculine, artistic expression, says Paul the Venetian. I think this may have a dual meaning combined with right too, for the masculine, as far as pursuing some sort of artistic expression of his that he has, that he's like put down, that he needs to get back to. It might be illustrating. I don't know why I keep wanting to do this with my hand, whatever this is. It might be some sort of illustrating, drawing or something that he hasn't been doing as much as he should or otherwise would like. And it can lead to something like lucrative for him. Perhaps, you know, a job. Like you could end up doing something for a living about what you're already, you know, truly passionate, which is beautiful. And the Ascended Masters to you, write. So this may have to do with, again, you pulling away from someone, someplace, something, or a combination of those. And even if you just journal, that's coming to me too now. Even if you just begin to journal and let some things out that can help you to heal. The writing can be therapeutic for you. I hope that you enjoy your reading, dear, and that you find it helpful. Namaste, Angel.